I'm going to show you how to use Wordle now. So basically the plan of action for this screencast is to take a story from the Gutenberg project, which is basically a list of any stories or books that are out of copyright, and we're going to paste the first chapter of Alice in Wonderland into Wordle and see what comes out. You can use this then as a nice starter lesson for the story of Alice in Wonderland, and it's interesting to see the dialogue and conversation that comes out of a project like that. So the first thing to do is go to the Gutenberg project to get the text that we need, and here it all is. If you go to Gutenberg, Gutenberg.org, and you can find Alice in Wonderland there. It's probably one of the most popular stories to use, and there'll be some options there of how we can see it, and I'm going to look at it in HTML. So if I click on that, it should show up in the next couple of seconds. Here we are. Now I'm going to just copy the first few lines of the text here and copy it. Control C, copy it, and then I'm just going to go into Wordle. This is Wordle, Wordle.net, and when you come into Wordle, you'll have a look at what Wordles actually look like. There's 4 pictures there which show some Wordles, and we're going to create our own so we can see how effective it is. Essentially it's going to ask us to paste in that bunch of text, so we can paste it by hitting Control and V if you've got a PC, or right click and paste. And once I've done that, all I need to do is click Go, and the rest will go itself. So in a few seconds it's going to load up my Wordle. You'll need Java installed on your computer. That'll happen automatically if it isn't there already. And here we go. Here's our story already. Our Wordle being pushed onto the screen. I'll just move it up a little bit, and as you can see, you've got a list of words here, and the children might be able to, first of all, if you don't tell them it's Alice in Wonderland, you might get them to guess what story is that from. You can see the word Alice on the left here, and the word rabbit that might help them. Basically, the reason those words are bigger is because they appear more so in the text. So the more times a word appears in the text, the bigger it gets. Now, if I find that a bit too jumbled up, or I don't like the colours, what I can do is I can go up to the menu and change the colour scheme. So I'll just choose one at random here, so that changes the scheme. If I really don't like the layout, it's quite random, I can make it mostly horizontal, which will redraw the Wordle this way. Some words will be horizontal, some words will be vertical. If I really don't want them vertical at all, I can just change them to be completely horizontal, which is quite useful. There we go. Now you'll notice that in the Wordle there's no words like the, if, at, and that's because there's a section here called in language which says remove common English words, which comes as default. What we'll change that is do not remove common words, and we'll just redraw the whole thing, and you'll see there's quite a lot more words, and the word it, the, and, a, her appear very, very regularly. Now essentially what we can do there is we can copy the picture by either doing a screenshot, or we can actually export the picture. We can save it to a public gallery if we want. We can even print it from there as well. So it's quite a useful tool for starting off things, and I suppose if you carry on with the lesson on shop.net, you'll be able to see a few other ideas that you could use for a story like this. So we'll get back to the article then. Thanks.